Okay, so whenever we're in this little smush zone between 2 months where it is November, December, I want to know who is still running. Drop a one in the chat if you are still running for a November goal. Still trying to get some things issued, get some things over the line. If you're like, nope, today is full on December, I am 100% December goals, drop a two in the chat. Awesome. Ooh, okay. Narissa, Valerie, still in November. Rick's in December. Kimberly's in December. Rick is both. Yeah, absolutely. Jeanette is in December. Mora's like, I am done with November. Let us start December. Okay. Amazing. Well, okay. Day one of week one of December. It is the final month of the year. This is kind of blowing my mind because this time last year, I was basically getting ready to make the decision to start life insurance. I had been like right at the beginning. I think this time last year, I was interviewing for Northwestern Mutual for a financial advisor position, realizing that they're not financial advisors. They're basically life insurance agents in disguise. And something about that was making my head tilt. And I'm like, wait, I have friends in life insurance. I don't need to be in disguise. I don't know why we would need to do that. So I can speak more about that later, or if you have questions. But this is about the time last year when I started having conversations with Cree about life insurance. So this is feeling very, very like a milestone. I didn't get my license. I didn't start till end of December, about a month from now. And then I was licensed and ready to go by mid-January. So I think that December, just, everything that we're hearing, obviously I haven't been here for a December before, but what we're hearing is that December really does have the potential to be a really big month. I think that's true for every month, honestly. I think any month that we decide that we get to have a good month is the month that we get to have a good month, and that it's so much about decision. Insurance buying season just doesn't happen just on its own the same way that, slower months don't have to be slower months. People told me July was going to be a slow month. It was my biggest month to date when July hit. So you get to decide what December is. Is December a holiday month where you are taking it easy on your business and just resting until 2026? Or is December the month that you are going to set yourself up for 2026 and you are going to, we know that things take time in this business to see the results. So the action that you take, the shifts that you make, the decisions that you make this month will start to come into fruition February, maybe before Ignite if we're lucky. And if you wait until January, I think we've heard this a number of times in the past week, but if you wait till January, you are a month behind. And that is the difference between hitting a goal or getting that promotion before Ignite. And so this month, as always, right? Drop a three in the chat if you already have your December goals. Drop a four in the chat if you're like, yeah, I got to get to that. Like crystal clear, you know what you're going for no matter what. You've got your goals, you've got your stretch goals, you've got your strategy. If you don't have your strategy, get Jim's AI. You will have that in 10 minutes. Awesome. Yep. And if you're still in November land, you might not be thinking about December. So that makes sense too. Okay, cool. We got goals. I love that. If anybody is willing to share, drop your goals. What are we doing in December? What's the plan? What are we going to be celebrating this time next month? The thing that I love about Saturday accountability is we always get to kick off a new month together because the beginning of the submit month is always on a Saturday. And so we get to always have this first call of the month. So if anybody wants to drop in the chat, what are you going for? Declare it. I want to see. Oh, yeah. Maura said Jim's AI gave me a 90-day playbook in less than 10 minutes schedule, lead breakdown, everything. Amazing. Rick, 22,000. All right. 22,000 what, Rick? Is that submit? Is that issue? Is that money in the bank? 22,000 what? The stars, APV, APV. Okay, 22,000. APV submitted or issued? Y'all know me, I like specifics. I like specificity. Everybody else is like, I've got goals, but I'm not putting them in the chat because I don't want Marcy to drill me about them. Okay. Um, well, for those of you who are getting ready to get your goals in there, I'm excited to see them. Valerie's goal is to issue 5K. Stretch goal is to issue 7,500. Locking up 85% if it doesn't get done today, tomorrow. Ooh, Rick's going for 100% issue rate. Cool. 22,000 submitted, issued. Love it. Okay. For those of you who's been here since September, who's been here on this call hanging out with me since September? Trevor's going to 40,000 APV. Amazing. Love that goal. Jeanette's been here since the beginning. Kimberly's been here since the beginning. Rick's been here, I think, most of that time. Um, all right. So those of you may have remembered this, but I turned 40 on August 31st, and on September 1st, I launched a 90-day everyday challenge. And I think we had over 20 people sign up for it. For it's very simple, you guys. This was the power of doing one thing every day for 90 days to the point where I'm going to put Kimberly on the spot. She's like, I want to dial every day, but I don't want to dial on Sundays. Cool, then that's not your one thing. Like we had a conversation, and that's not going to be your one thing. But if you make just one dial, if you sit down and call just one lead, right? You have dialed on a Sunday. And she had some Sundays where she did more dials than she had done on days earlier in the week because she committed. She decided. And 90 days in, she's dialed every single day. So out of the over 20 people who signed up, three people are still standing. And tomorrow, no, today is day 90. I keep thinking today is Friday. Today is day 90 and it's wild. So big shout out first and foremost to Kimberly, who is here on the call, to Valerie, who is here on the call, and also to Julie Ruley. They are our 90-day everyday challenge. I'm calling you winners. This was not a competition, but y'all are some winners. So I wanted to just take a second. There is no pressure. I thought about just putting you guys on the spot, but Kimberly or Valerie, if either of you guys are willing to unmute and just share about your experience. It was very simple, you guys. There wasn't a lot of like, we literally just had a chat and we had some accountability. And we had a safe space to work through what came up when we didn't want to do the thing, but we got it done anyway. So, Kimberly or Valerie, do either of you guys want to unmute and share what your experience was like in the challenge? Go ahead, Kimberly.
Good morning. Um, I'll tell you, it was scary. That Sunday thing, it really um, knocked me. And a lot of it was overcoming the mindset of what Sunday meant as I grew up. But I did do it. Um, and I appreciate the fact that Marcy um, pushed me to do it, supported me in doing it, I should say. So, I love the fact that I know I can count on myself when I have to. And this just kind of proved it. So it's more that discipline and proving oneself to oneself. And I've also discovered that I don't like dialing on Sunday. It has nothing to do with how I was raised. It's my recoup day, my down day, my God day, my sit on my ass in pajama day. So with life being as busy it is, I need that Sunday working another job and this job. So that was proven. And I appreciate that because it really cut through the mental, this, that, everything else. Should I, shouldn't I? It really clarified a lot of things for me. And I really appreciate that.
I
So,
love that. You get to
um,
give yourself permission now and not feel any kind of way about not dialing on Sunday because you can just decide that I just don't do that, right? And this is why, and you know why. We spend a lot of mental energy trying to decide or making a decision and then feeling like, what if I didn't make the right decision? Or feeling guilty about the decision that we're making, or like, that's not a decision, actually, right? Like, if we say we're going to do something or not do something, but then we're still in our head about it, we haven't decided yet. And so I love that this gave you the opportunity to really, not just like for a couple of weeks, but literally for a few months to feel
mhm.
into what are all the possibilities and the possible outcomes, and how do I feel for months if I decide to do this thing and it's not in alignment. And that's beautiful. And I think there's so much, but you also learned a lot that like if you decide to do something, if you commit to do it, you can get it done. And that
Yes,
is super powerful because we saw
yes,
it, right? I think we had half the people drop off in the first week, right? They missed a day. We never heard from them again, right? So, kudos to you. So proud of you. I'm excited.
thank you.
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited. Today's day 90, so I don't have to
So
dial tomorrow.
tomorrow is your first free Sunday. I love it. I'm so excited for you. Um,
All right.
I know Valerie, she looks like
Thank
she's
you.
got her hands. Yeah, she looks like she's got her hands full, which she always does. But Valerie, if you're cool to talk, if not, we can come back to you.
Yeah, I have a sad baby and
Oh.
I hit, so give me a minute. Say hi.
Hi.
I'm just trying to find somewhere quiet real quick and hide for a second. Yeah, so I'll just keep it really quick. I can honestly relate to a lot of what Kimberly shared, and honestly, these ladies have been just, it was so neat to do this with a group because I actually have a tendency to not keep myself accountable. And that is why over this, when Marcy had the idea about a 90-day challenge, I had just been feeling like I was continually kind of like disappointing myself in the sense of I would say I would do something and not do it. I can't remember the last time I was consistent in anything. It's probably been over 3 years where I've been consistent in anything that was for me, like for the progress of me or for the benefit of me. I'm super consistent in, all the things in daily life that we just have to do, or when it comes to the bad habits of, like scrolling too much and, whatever, putting too much creamer in my coffee or whatever it is. But when it came to anything that was, whether it be exercising or reading or meditating or reading the Bible or staying with a sleep routine or morning routine, like I just have not. And so I could really start feeling that within myself. Kind of, I've given myself a lot of grace, which I think we all need to do in the hard seasons of our life, right? But I was beginning to feel like almost that grace I was giving myself was now becoming an excuse. So rather than it being something that was offering me more peace, I was actually becoming more frustrated because everyone, oh, give yourself grace, give yourself grace. And yes, I think I do in certain situations, but there are things I'm like, no, I can actually take hold of this and make a decision to do something about it. And so this 90-day challenge for me was I just want to complete something that I've said I'm going to complete.
Yes.
Whether it was for 10 days or 30 days or 90 days, obviously we're in here on day 90. And so being able to say, I think I missed like 2 days where I just honestly, it was crazy, forgot, and like at the end of the day, next morning, woke up and hopped into the chat and saw the other ladies say, day, whatever. It's like, oh my gosh, like literally just. But to me, that was when I offered myself grace. And I was like, you know what? Like, that wasn't intentional. It wasn't like I sat down and said, I'm not going to do this today. It was just literally I just forgot. Like, and so, anyways, yeah, I would just say it's produced in me something where I'm like, I'm actually really proud of myself. And it's actually gotten me to the point where I'm like, I actually want to do this again. I want to do something and either layer it on top of what I was already doing or just choose something new. But yeah, I would say honestly having the accountability partners was like vital for me.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be able to put my number in there, right? I wanted to be able to not just show up for myself, but show up for the ladies who are in the group. And so that I could not only be proud of myself, but I could continue cheering on them and encouraging them, but then also receiving that back. And so that was just, yeah, my thing is just, I needed something to be able to say, I completed this.
Yeah.
And even if it's just something small, that builds confidence. It kind of like you've been talking over the weeks of collecting evidence. I needed to collect evidence for my brain to say, you can complete something.
Yeah.
You can do something consistently for however long you can do it.
Yeah.
Rather than the past 3 or whatever years, me looking back and saying, no, I can't. Now I can say, yes, I can. And I will, and I have, and I can do it again, regardless of what it is. So for me, it was very personal. I'll just say that. So
I love
thank
that you
you.
mentioned confidence. And this is the thing, right? When we say we're going to do something and we do it, we build our confidence. And when we say we're going to do something and we don't do it, we are literally taking withdrawals. Like I think about it like a bank account, right? We are either building that account or we are depleting that account. And so confidence, we know, is like the name of the game in this business, right? If you're not feeling confident, you're not going to go for it. But the only way that you're going to like build the confidence is by going for it. So it's very tricky. But I think, yeah, I think it is super personal. And you have so much to be proud of. And I don't know if you see if it feels like there's a connection for you, but like November were your first full month in business and it was a really stellar month. And I know it's not over for you either. So I'm excited to see kind of what happens next. So I know we're a little over time. I just have two quick announcements. We are going to do another round. We're not going to do a 90-day round. We're going to do a 30-day. We're going to do a December, starting December 1. I mean, technically there's 31 days in, but we're going to do 30 days. In December, we're going to open it back up so anybody can join for this next round. It's the everyday challenge. I don't have a sign up link yet, but I'm sure you guys are all on GroupMe, so I'm sure you can find me. I can post that link in here in a second. But if you want to get in, you have to let me know by end of day tomorrow. We're going to start first thing Monday morning. The way it works is you pick your thing. It can be anything. It can be personal, it can be business related, whatever your thing is. You do it every day. If you don't do it one day, you are removed from the group. And we're going to do this for 30 days, and then we'll start a new 90-day round probably in the new year, but we'll see how it goes. But this is for people who are in that separation season, people who are showing up every single day, people who are not going part-time or partial part-time in December. They're not going to use the holidays as an excuse. This is really going to be a space where we get to hold each other accountable in December, the same way we work through, the month leading up to conference or, the months that we're in a run. The other announcement, I don't have the details. I know I mentioned it last week, but just to put another little sprinkle in here. I am going to be adding a second call. So we're going to do Saturday accountability, but I am going to include and start doing a weekday evening call that will be very similar style to this. We might include more hot seat coaching. I'm just working out. It's going to be between 1 or 2 days. So I'm just working out the details there and I'm going to decide if it's going to start this month or next month, but just know that that is coming. And I'm very excited about that because I think, 6 a.m. for a lot of people on Saturdays a no-go. So I think we'll see a different crowd, but I do hope that everybody's here is able to be there for the evening calls and we're gonna play. 2026, we're definitely gonna dive in and play and really keep unpacking what we've been talking about, which is like the tactical, tangible, how do we do the things that we hear about? How do we become a new version of ourselves? How do we change our belief system? How do we create results that we've never created before? And really talking about not only the neuropsychology behind it, but the actual tools and practices that we can adopt to make it actually happen. So 2026 is going to be your year. Please, please, please join us for the 30-day challenge to get you set up for 2026. Join us for those evening calls once they launch. If anybody, I think on GroupMe, I'm pretty easy to find if you search my name, Marcy Cruz. But let me drop my GroupMe link. If you don't already have it and you want to do the 30-day everyday challenge, let me know. Thank you guys for hanging out. I know we went a little over time, but happy December. Happy day 1 of week 1. No matter what side of the fence you are on, it is officially Christmas time. No matter what what if you're a pre or post Thanksgiving person, and if you celebrate a different holiday or no holiday, you are still welcome and included in this space. And I love you. And I hope you have a beautiful Saturday. Go be weekend warriors. Wrap up November like a champ. And if you're moving on to December, go get started with a bang. That is all I've got for y'all. I love you, and I will see you guys on Monday.
Thank you, Marcy.
Of course. Bye, everybody.